Live on it
Yeah,
now.
hi. We're here with Kitty and I are here. We're finally we were fire walking with Hangouts and we survived with yeah, but we did get burned, didn't we, Kitty?
We got fried.
We fried.
Majorly fried, my friend.
Majorly, majorly.
I deserve a
Anyway,
cup of
we're gonna
tea.
put this up, and if anybody wants to watch or talk later tonight, just say so in the event comments, and we'll come and discuss anything with you, not just royalties and collaborative publishing. But I'm gonna take the watching URL for this because I'm not confident that I have the right one. We're here with Kitty and I are here. We finally oops. We were fire walking with Hangouts. Okay, something is playing on. Survived with yeah, but we did get burned, didn't we?
I see live on it.
Yeah, we're here with Kitty and I are here.
Fried, my friend. Oh, we're on several times.
On. If anybody wants to watch or yeah, later tonight, didn't we?
We got fried.
Oh, Kitty, I wonder if you have the event page going. And if anybody wants to watch or
I don't know. I had this URL on twice. That's why we heard it twice.
What do you mean URL on twice? Yeah, you had two windows open, right?
I had two windows open, yes.
That's right. That's why. Okay. Can you close one of them?
I did already.
URL for this.
Should I shut? I've got the YouTube going on the back. Should I shut it?
Yeah, that's the problem. You don't want to have anything else going because it'll come through our conversation.
We're having so much fun.
Oh God, isn't it
Okay, everybody,
fun?
you understand I am not a Hangout expert. Charlotte is.
Well, I'm not, but I can, like I have get by with a little help from my friends, as they say. But I don't know if we want to go into a Hangout tutorial here, but Kitty, why don't you talk a little bit about the, oh gosh, where am I? Where did I go?
I see you.
Ah, okay, talk a little bit about the, the royalties versus collaborative publishing issue that we were going to discuss if we got this started today. But
I can only tell you what I've been doing. I don't know.
Yeah,
if that
tell
works.
us what you've been doing and what you've heard about. If you've heard about anybody else doing, new and innovative ways of structuring arrangements with authors.
Well, I was asked by some people if I would publish their book, and a couple of them were just superb. The ones I really don't think are going anywhere, I don't touch, but
yeah,
they were really good. And I said, well, okay, you pay the bill, but I can't afford to publish your books. Let's be really blunt about that. My forte is more designing and stuff, but I had published a friend of mine who was on her deathbed, and we got it out. So at least we could say it was published, and that was cool. And that was a gift to her.
But was it print on demand, or was it?
Yeah, oh yeah, I do it through Lightning Source, so those costs are really low.
Yeah, what do you pay? Like $30 per title, or something?
With $37.50 to upload the whole thing if you're a member of IBPA, which I am, and then you get a discount on quantities of books too.
Okay.
The charge is my designing the book essentially. So if they want to pay for me to design the book and pay the expenses, fine. They get 80% of all the royalties and sales. I keep 20% because I'm the one who's going to do all the administration work after the fact.
So they keep 80, you keep 20. Yeah.
Correct. That's what I do with my business. And so far it seems to work. I offer that to people and they say, that works for me. I think you deserve something for handling all the money and all that kind of stuff. So all the money does come to me, and at the end of every month when I get a statement from Lightning Source, or it's also on Kobo, it's on all the ebook places. Every time I get money in there, I immediately divide it up and send it out to the people, so I try and keep up to date with that.
Do you want to put your lower third on the Hangout Toolbox so people know who you are? Your name and stuff. The Hangout Toolbox.
Right.
If anybody's listening and curious, this is Kitty Warner. She's the Executive Director of the Independent Publishers of New England.
I keep writing that in here.
Sponsor of our show. You can save it as a.
I did that too.
Well, then go to your saved ones. Isn't it there?
No, it's on the Firefox.
Oh, okay. We'll save a preset and put it on there. Yeah.
Yes. I even had a logo in it.
Okay, I've got an indie office hours once. La da 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 da.
Yeah.
So anyway, what do you think about? I'm just restarting the company and did the pedagogy handbook. Um, but what do you think about that? Was a public domain, so we're just going to share the proceeds with the editorial board and other contributors. But Kitty, what is that sound? That growly sound?
Do you want me to show you?
No, just tell me what it is.
Sonia.
Your dog is growling?
No, she's snoring.
Snoring. I thought it was
I can't tell you.
I thought it was somebody on Mars was tuning into our, oh.
No, isn't that bizarre?
Anyway, so I have this new author who's going to do a series of readers. She's already got 65 pre-orders. And it's going to be a early reader series. And what do you think about doing covering expenses like the setup, the Lightning Source expenses, and then splitting the shares up to a certain amount? That was what I had heard somebody else do.
Do they do all the design work?
She's doing the design work, yeah.
In a way, I think it's between the author and whoever's doing the publishing. In my case, I get paid for all the expenses in my design work. And then I had tried to figure out how much it would cost me and my time to actually keep track of all. There's a lot of paperwork involved with this, or just office work and overhead.
Have you tried Steve Carlson, or Opera Access Publishers?
Oh, honey, where do you think I get all my information?
Oh, I see. Yeah.
Yeah, I design his books.
We need to get Steve on this call.
I don't know if we can get him in, but it'd be a good thing if we did.
He does them. I'm going to share this in public.
In fact, I sent him one. I sent him a client, and I designed the book. It was an incredible book. Hold on, I'll get it.
So, but that's what I had found a model of that, and once it's just while you're doing that, I found a model of somebody had. It was
one of my dad's friends.
What I'd like to do is set the author up and make us both sort of.
This is the book we did.
I would like to make us partners in. I got it.
Yeah, look at that,
Kitty. I got it.
Oh, I just like the polar bear picture. Come on.
Cute polar bears. Cute polar bears, Kitty. I love it. But listen, I'm thinking, she's a new author. I'd like to get her to get started in a good way and then sort of be a partner in it.
To do a 50-50?
Yeah. But after a while, and then I'll be involved in the promotions because I kind of like that, and I'd like, I think she needs guidance on that. So up to, a certain amount of copies, we would then would share the book income, and then that would diminish.
Mm-hmm.
Either go away after a certain number of copies or diminish to a certain level, because I will probably continue to help promote it. It's a series, and I think she wants to stay with me.
Well, I help promote the books too.
Yeah.
And do what I can. I like to use Paul Crouppen up in New York State. In Washington State. Direct Contact PR.
Let's put that on the chat so that we can let people know.
Yeah, directcontactpr.com.
What do you like about him?
He works.
Yeah.
I'll put that on.
Is he on Google Plus?
I wouldn't be surprised.
Yeah.
What he doesn't know about PR, he's been doing this forever. I've used him for, when I did my Savvy Woman's Guide to Owning a Home in 2001, Steve did the initial PR on it, Steve Carlson, which is how I got to know him really well.
Yeah.
And we ended up in Better Homes and Gardens and Country Living magazine saying everybody should just buy this book. I got a quarter of a page each in these two magazines
For
from
review
Steve's stuff
of editorial space?
of editorial space.
Wow.
Book review saying, just buy the book. You know all those questions you have about houses? Just buy the book. And it was one of the first of its kind, which was fine. It did very well. It sold out 3 printings on the first edition. And then and Steve decided not to do the PR anymore, to do any PR anymore. He was trying to do it, but the gal who was doing it with him went to work for Peter Miller, who's down the road from me. And I had worked for Peter as well.
Is that like a little mafia of publishers up there in Vermont? Or?
You got it, babe. Yeah, we're the little Central Vermont Mafia here.
I know, like all of a sudden the board has all these Vermont people on it.
Hey.
No, wait a minute. We're
going to make you an honorary Vermonter, okay? You come hiking here, you'll be an honorary Vermonter.
First I've got to come up with my hiking boots and do the tramp in the woods.
Oh, yeah. Be careful. I'll send you some pictures. You want some lichen for your husband?
Yeah, he's going to do the that book about ferns?
Yeah. I think I have one.
You probably have the same one that David does, because there's, it's like the exhaustive book about ferns. Everything from, their DNA to, all the different varieties and stuff.
I think it's next to my bed, actually.
Yeah.
We have here. This will make your husband
want a fern book next to your bed.
There you go. I've got the ultimate on bugs and swamps. We have, are you ready for this? Acres of inland forest hemlock swamps. 3 vernal pools with all the attendant frogs and chatter and everything. It's just amazing back there. He'll go nuts.
How long is that going to take me to get up there?
Oh, from my house to yours?
Yeah. My
Depends on the traffic. 3 to 4 hours.
Oh, so you're up near Burlington?
No, we're 20 miles west of Montpelier.
Montpelier.
So is it another?
How far is that from Burlington?
We're south of Burlington.
Because we'll be in Burlington.
It's about 40 miles for me to go, because I have to go up and then over to the west. So I go north and west to get to Burlington. So it's about 40 minutes from Burlington. 40 minutes to an hour.
We're coming up to Burlington, Shelburne, for a Highland dance competition.
Yeah, who's in it?
Lillian.
That's your daughter?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know she had her name.
Huh?
I didn't know her name. Oh, so she's in the competition.
Yeah, she's a premier dancer. She's nationally ranked. She went to the nationals last summer.
Awesome.
You got to try again every year. You're only as good as your last regionals.
Yeah, of course.
So
I'm
we'll
about
be up
40
and
minutes.
I'm going to give a workshop on wearable electronics. Putting lights on here's my skirt. This is my skirt. And I'm putting a computer on it. And this is a computer, believe it or not.
Yeah, I do.
And then you put LED lights and string them together with conductive thread and a motion sensing thing and a little battery pack. And it when you dance, it will sparkle. Isn't that cool?
Oh, that's awesome. That's awesome.
So anyway,
I used to
do a workshop up there for the kids, that are interested. But anyway, getting back to this, do you think? I mean, it all depends on how the book does. But I just have a really good sense about her. She's going to be a really good partner. I mean, do you think
is she going to do a lot of PR for this, or is it dependent on you?
Yeah, she's got Petco and PetSmart involved. It's a book about dogs. They're going to sell the book. It's going to be a fundraiser for Paws New England for the first edition, and then the second reader in the series is going to be, going to go to just making it successful.
Well, if you're going to share the expenses as well as the income, that makes sense.
Well, we were going to pay the expenses first.
Mm-hmm. But are you sharing the expenses, or is she covering them all?
Huh?
Are you sharing the expenses, or is she covering them all?
We are
If you're
I don't know.
donating your design work, that kind of stuff,
No,
then
I'm
that's,
not donating my design. I'm donating, or my contribution is the uploading and the management on Lightning Source, and the promotion.
so if you're doing, half the work, then 50/50 is fine.
I
In
think
my
so.
case, I'm getting paid for the work I do. I'm not donating it. So I
Right.
figured 20% is more than is plenty, is enough,
Right.
is fair, probably quite fair
20%.
for the
Yeah.
work I do behind the scenes to make sure.
Do you know any resources that we can post for this kind of thing? Because I think there might be a lot of publishers who are interested in.
Well, I've got a generic contract for that.
Yeah, that would be cool.
We could post that up.
Do we have a member benefits section on the site?
We do. Not a whole lot of bennies in it, but
Yeah, we're actually pumping up the bennies, aren't we?
we're going to pump up the bennies. I sent you an email around all
Yes,
the
I saw
board, and I've
that,
already got
and
replies from several people.
yeah,
David
that's
even
good.
added another one.
I would like to see it instead of kiting around a bunch of emails. I'd like to see it as a Google Doc that we can all contribute to.
You would.
Well, I friggin' hate chasing down all that information on. We can't work that way as a regional group. We've tried this for
Well,
years.
let's try and get this up to speed. I've already canceled Basecamp and
Yeah,
iContact because they were useless. And iContact, we have the same information in Wild Apricot for free. Well, we're already paying for it, so I pay separately
yeah,
another
right.
$10 a month.
Yeah.
So I canceled those. Apparently that's something Dan had been trying to do for a long, long time.
Yeah, people were holding on to the idea of Basecamp. We have something for that with Pedagogy, where we are using a WordPress site through the Commons Abundance Network, and so we're kind of like one of the connected Commons-oriented projects that are on
Hmm.
that site. But it does require going there, logging in, creating a profile.
Well, if we can do the Google Docs, we just need to get everybody working on it. So it's something we could bring up at the February
Yeah.
meeting.
We could do a test document and then just say we're going to test this process of detailing the member benefits on this Google document. Please report in, put an X by your name if you got onto the document, and you may need to create a Google account if you can't get on.
Hmm.
We could see how that works and kind of give them a pilot so they're not thinking like it's a do or die thing.
Yeah, I actually did something like that with the Vermont group, and I've heard from zero.
You
I wanted
what?
to set up the Vermont networking group of the
Yeah.
Vermont Mafia up here,
Yeah.
and no replies.
No replies.
I'm gonna try again,
Well,
I
maybe
guess.
we should make it a little more. I mean, I don't want to discuss board business on the Hangout, but
We can
a
always
little
delete it.
more. Yeah, a little more kind of, demonstrate the benefits, shall I say?
Yeah, we need to.
Yeah. Okay. Well, let's see, royalties. Yeah. How do you think royalty arrangements have changed? I mean, with the advent of self-publishing or independent people able to do stuff like, say an author is really good at InDesign and they do their own design, is that affecting royalty arrangements at all, or?
Well, if they're really good at design work themselves, why aren't they publishing it themselves? Being their own
There
publisher.
are a lot of people who don't want to.
Yeah, I've run
They
into them. I have one in
yeah.
France, and
There are a lot of
my
people who,
difficulty with the French one is trying to get her royalties. It used to be really easy to just do an automatic check
yeah.
on my credit union and just direct deposit into her account. Now, God help us, Quicken, Intuit has taken over all of these, so now you can do mobile deposits, which is really handy.
Just
But
pay her in bitcoins.
Sure. And then, so now that they've taken it over, you can't direct deposit into anybody's account anymore.
Yeah,
You've
I
got
know.
to go through their, you've got to go through their texting to do this. I mean, it's insane. I have all their information. I could have direct deposit. I was doing it for 2 years, and all of a sudden I can't do that anymore.
Have
So
you
how do
gone
I
to your
pay her?
bank gone to your bank to see what?
Yeah, oh, we've been working with the bank, and two. I
Well,
went to another bank that said they could do it. Turned out they couldn't.
can she
I
set up an
talked to the
account
bank.
here and just have an account?
Well, she has an account in Washington, so I was direct depositing into her account in Washington
Oh, I see.
because she used to live there. Her
Even did
husband was
she
in the
submit a
banking industry, believe it
W-9
or
and
not.
all that?
Pardon?
Did she submit a W-9 and all that stuff, or did she have to?
I have no idea, but she's had this account in Washington for what, over a
Yeah,
decade, I'm sure. And I had the numbers, and I just deposit their money
yeah.
every month into the account.
So can we
And
have
that's
her
all I
on?
have
Do you
to do.
think she'll be on, be able to come on Face the Book on Thursday evenings at 8?
She's in Provence, so that's
Life,
2 o'clock in the morning for her.
life moves a little more slowly.
That's why they moved there. They love it.
Um, is she American?
No, she's Dutch,
Oh,
and her husband's Argentinian.
oh wow.
But it's a
Tell,
great book.
tell me about her.
She actually was a sports writer, journalist for the F1 sports races. Her
Formula
husband was an
One.
international banker.
Is this something she doesn't still do sports writing for Formula
No,
One?
no. And she wrote these hilarious essays of moving to Provence and becoming a local and just kind of introducing. And she did the whole blog tour. She just did a blog tour. Before that, she had
Hmm.
Paul Cruppen, and she went the whole hog with Paul and ended up being in something like 160 blogs around the world of people saying buy this book, and just my bestseller.
Wow.
It's
So
really a
does
popular
it
book.
still continue to sell?
Oh yeah,
Wow.
she sends an average of 100 a month, and she's over in Provence, and
Put it
the
in the book
money's.
awards. Is she in the book awards?
Well, it would have to be in the perennial. I'm thinking I
Yeah,
should go ahead and put
you
it in.
should. If she's still selling, you're completely
Oh
eligible.
yeah, it's just a great book.
Are we getting some more entries into the book awards?
Yeah, we got another one today.
Good.
Barbara
Our book
Kent
still
Lawrence.
isn't published, so I'm hoping we still have time. It's
So we
not.
have probably about 16. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8,
We
9,
probably
10.
don't need to count them all right now.
Yeah, we have about 16. Well, we're getting them. They are coming in at a
That's good.
fairly steady rate, and then we should have a lot more.
We
Good
I
program.
wonder what would be a good approach to getting the word out about it.
I think we need to have more. We need to have a regular newsletter where we keep
Yeah.
sending this thing out and posting it everywhere. IBPA, we should be posting this through IBPA as well. I know
Yeah.
they have their own, but theirs is closing soon.
Their book awards is.
Yeah.
Uh-huh. So the Ben
I,
Franklin. What
right.
was there a decision made not to call it the Thoreau Awards, which I don't really care, but remember that was one of the discussions we had at one
I
time.
never heard that one.
Yeah, well, we thought it might be then too specific or too, like tied to a certain image.
Hmm.
Yeah, but Ben Franklin is too. So.
Well, this is true, but
Yeah,
he's
yeah,
a little more generic,
yeah.
being 250 plus.
Do you
We
think?
had, when we did the writers conference, it was the Dorothy Canfield Fisher, and we got permission to use the name from her,
Yeah,
whoever the estate, to use it.
right,
And it was, if you figure, if you have one specific name and then have subtitles, we had a food fight over this, I've got to tell you.
right.
I won.
Well,
We
you
called it
Thoreau.
Dorothy. Yeah, the Henry Thoreau
Banana.
Book Awards. That sounds very snotty, you know.
What?
It's the Henry Thoreau Book Awards.
I know. I think that's why we didn't decided not to go with it. But, um, well, yeah. Let's do it. I feel like we need to put all these ideas on one document and sort of, you know, allot them out to people who might want to work on them.
let's check with the board and see how many people are on and if they need help getting on, and let's just get this organized to do it.
My camera keeps focusing on my cabinet. Yeah, that's a good
Next
idea.
cabinet.
Okay. Do you want to do that? And then I can set
Yeah.
up a document and, you know, you can actually you can attach the document as a mail attachment, you know, email attachment.
Oh, that might work too for the more reluctant one.
Yeah. So.
Okay.
Okay. All right. Well, let's wrap it up. I hope somebody watched, but if anybody,
Didn't watch. I hope we didn't bore you to tears.
yeah, right. And if anybody wants to talk later in the evening, we're welcome. We're more than happy to convene another hangout, and we promise it will go better this time.
Okay.
It's got to get better. Now we have the app installed in our. If you have a business page and you're trying to run a hangout, make sure it is exactly parallel with your personal profile where you have been running hangouts. That's what was wrong with me. I have 3 or 4 different pages, and you know, every one of them has to have it installed in it. You have to have somebody come in who has it. It's like a virus or something.
Oh, jeez.
Anyway, thanks for watching, and we will tune in next time, next Tuesday at 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and we will talk about whatever you want to talk about. Okay.
All right. Ciao.